There's an extremely dangerous flood threat across California tomorrow, where the Weather Prediction Center has issued a rare high risk of excessive flooding rainfall in these two pink areas, one across the west central coast of California and the other in the lower to middle elevations of the Sierra Nevada mountains. We have a moderate risk of excessive flooding rainfall in the red, covering most of the Sierra Nevadas, as well as the west central and southwestern California coasts in the red, a slight risk in the yellow, and a marginal risk in the dark green, covering a lot of Nevada. So I'm going to be reading you the forecast discussion on this because this is a very dangerous and extreme flood threat that is unfolding across California tomorrow. There is a high risk of excessive flooding rainfall for portions of the foothills of the Central California Sierras and coastal ranges. Portions of the Southern Sierras and the Central California Coast Ranges south of Monterey were upgraded to a high risk with this afternoon's update in coordinations with the Hanford, California, Monterey, California, and Los Angeles, California weather forecast offices. A few things have changed. Guidance continues increasing snow levels across Central California during this heavy rainfall event, with most guidance now between 9,000 and 9,500 feet during the bulk of the heaviest rain. This is important because there is a ton of snowpack in the Sierra Nevadas that is going to be melting with heavy rain. It's going to be causing a lot of downstream flooding. Further south, levels may get as high as 11,000 feet. This is roughly 1,000 feet higher than 24 hours ago. Secondly, PWATs, or precipitable water values, are somehow continuing to increase, with PWATs approaching 1.5 inches along the coast, which is as much as 5 sigma above normal. And this is saying that the precipitable water, the amount of water that can be rained out, is 5 times the average. So that is crazy. Coordination with the aforementioned offices and the National Water Center confirm concerns for considerable flooding in areas where reservoirs are already full. Isolated major flooding is possible over Monterey County in the high risk. Antecedent conditions may remain incredibly favorable, with a well above normal snowpack in the Sierras that has incredible amounts of water stored there. Soil remain near saturated area wide via NASA support imagery, and the abnormally warm and wet conditions moving in are expected to cause rapid snow melt. Combine this snow melt with as much as 10 inches of rain in 24 hours from 0Z this afternoon through 0Z Saturday, potential for widespread flooding is considerable, especially in the high-risk areas. You need to be preparing for this if you live in the pink and red areas tomorrow, because we're going to be seeing just insane amounts of snow being melted by heavy rain, which is going to lead to astronomical flooding concerns in the valleys and the middle elevations due to the snow melting combined with the extreme heavy rain. And looking at some rainfall accumulations in some of these models, the HRRR, widespread rain accumulations in the low elevations of 1 to 4 inches in northwest California, around San Francisco, about 2 to 4 inches in the lower elevations. And then as we get south of San Francisco in the high risk area, we're looking at rainfall totals between 4 and 10 inches, with isolated areas seeing up to 12 to even 15 inches of rain. So this is a very dangerous flood threat. If you live between San Francisco and near, I think, the Santa Maria, prepare now for extreme flooding tomorrow, because this is a very dangerous situation unfolding. Also, if you live in the Sierra Nevadas, in the middle, low elevations, could be seeing as much as 5 to 15 inches of rain. Have a plan in place to deal with and stay safe from this flooding, because this is going to be life-threatening flooding coming tomorrow. And then looking at the NAMNES model, this model is even higher on the rainfall accumulations, especially across the west coast, with as much as 2 to 6 inches in the lower and middle elevations from San Francisco northward, and between San Francisco and Santa Maria and Santa Barbara. The NAMNES model is putting anywhere from 3 all the way up to 15 inches of rain once again, especially in this area across Monterey and San Luis Obrador counties. So you need to be preparing now for what to do. Make sure you're going to higher ground uh, if you live in flood-prone areas tomorrow, because I'm afraid that we could be seeing an extremely dangerous flooding event tomorrow, maybe even catastrophic. And especially if you live in the Sierras, in the middle and lower elevations, prepare now for extremely dangerous flooding. Anyway, thanks for watching this evening's weather update. Stay safe and have a wonderful evening, my friends.